Hey guys, how's it going? This is ThePyroGunner, and welcome to my review of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So, it's pretty obvious nowadays that Call of Duty is getting pretty old. The games don't change that much, and it really just feels like the same thing is coming out every single year, and people are starting to really hate that. So, 2014's Call of Duty game, Advanced Warfare, adds in these exosuits. So, does this change the game enough to make it worth playing? That's what I'm about to tell you. So first, let's just talk about the campaign in this game just to get that over with. So I think that it has an interesting premise to the story of being in the future and what sort of technologies could be there, and these big military corporations like taking over the world and stuff. It's all crazy, and it really makes you think that that might be possible, and that's kind of scary. But overall, the story is pretty cliche and dumb, but the premise is very interesting. The campaign does have some pretty diverse gameplay though, and it can be quite interesting. There was one stealth part that I did like a lot, but then there was also one airplane flying part which was absolutely horrible. It was just really bad. But overall, the campaign is pretty fun. Even though it's pretty much just a cliche action movie story, it can be pretty interesting, and some parts of the story are actually pretty good. But for the most part, it's not going to be something that you really remember too much after playing it. Okay, so I will leave talking about the multiplayer of this game for last. So next, let's talk about Exo Survival, which is the co-op game mode where you survive against waves of people wearing exosuits that have guns and you know, that sort of stuff. So it seems like there wasn't really that much care put into making this game mode. It just feels sort of like it's there because they needed a third game mode in the game because all of the other Call of Duty games have that. And honestly, this game mode can be kind of fun, but it's really boring and something that I barely even played at all. So it is definitely nowhere as good as the zombies mode in the other Call of Duty games. Okay, so now we get to the main event, multiplayer, the reason why you buy this game. So first, let's talk about the exosuit. Does it change it enough to feel new? Yes, it does. Not way new, it's not super different, but it does have a very new feeling to the gameplay. The gameplay feels faster, which is awesome in this game, while at the same time, the time to kill other players seems slower, which is something that I really like because then lag doesn't become as much of a thing as you can blame, and it's not as much of a problem when it usually takes longer to kill people than in the other Call of Duty games, which the very fast time to kill was always one of my biggest problems with the other Call of Duty, so I'm glad that this one has made it longer. So overall, with the exosuits, they do add a new feeling to it, but really when it comes down to it, it feels the same in a good way, as it still feels fast, and it just has this solid first-person shooter gameplay that you really don't get that much from many other first-person shooter games, which is why Call of Duty is really good. Also, there are some new game modes in this, which my favorite new game mode is called Momentum. It's kind of long to explain what it's all about, but basically, you capture flags and everybody's trying to get these flags at the same time. Everybody's just going at it. It's very action-packed and it's a lot of fun. Also, the maps in this game are very well done for the most part. Some of them are kind of okay, it's this map. But really, the only map in this game that I hate is Ascend, and all of the other maps are generally good maps. Some of them are even really good maps, which is more than I can say with most of the other Call of Duty games. Many of those maps got boring and old, but with this one, most of the maps are really good maps. So, Sledgehammer, the makers of this Call of Duty game, are using a Pick 13 system for their custom classes, which is the exact same thing as in Black Ops 2, except for now score streaks are a part of it. I think it's awesome that score streaks are now on your classes. That's one of the things that I liked a lot in Modern Warfare 3, and now that is back in this one. Also, for people who don't necessarily like to use score streaks, you don't have to use them, and you can use those extra points to spend on other parts of making your class, which is really cool. And for me, I really don't like score streaks or kill streaks that much in Call of Duty games. It's fine to have some of them, but there's so many in it that it just feels cluttered all the time, and I don't really have much fun in going for them. It's just not my sort of thing. So let's talk about more of this custom class sort of stuff. So first off, the perks are some pretty basic Call of Duty perks, and probably about 1/4 of them are totally new perks to Call of Duty, which is really cool. And a lot of them have to do with the fact that you use an exosuit now, which is pretty awesome. Now, going over to the equipment, it is a bit different from the past Call of Duty games in that it seems like the equipment isn't as important than it was in the last ones. And now there is also exo abilities, which are these abilities that you can use with your exo. I didn't explain that at all, but basically there's different things, like one lets you run faster, one lets you hover, one lets you walk silently, and stuff like that. Basically, for my playstyle, the only one of those exo abilities that I ended up using most of the time was the one that makes you run faster, and pretty much all of the other ones for me I found to be basically useless, which is kind of weird, and I kind of don't like that. But whatever. And then finally, of course, there are the weapons, the guns that you shoot, because it is a first-person shooter. So when this game came out, the guns were really unbalanced, and there were some overpowered guns that did way better than the other ones. And now it has been patched some more, and you can tell that they are going to keep on patching it, and it is getting better, but that's not to say that they still are not balanced super well. But what is good is that there are a lot of different types of weapons. I always like seeing weapon diversity in shooter games, so that it's like not every weapon is just the same fully automatic gun, and that gets really boring. So thankfully in this one, there are a wide variety of different kinds of guns that you can choose from, and that is pretty fun. Now, one thing that I don't like in this game is the camouflages that you can unlock for your gun. Pretty much the only ones that look good enough to care about are gold, diamond, and royalty. And gold is too easy to get, it just seems like. Diamond is just not as good as it was in Black Ops 2, and royalty looks alright, but at the same time it actually looks kind of bad, and it's the best camo, which is weird. So yeah, camos aren't really like the biggest and coolest thing in this game like they were in Black Ops 2. Okay, so let's switch over to talking about lag. Is there that much lag in this game or not? From my experience, there is much less lag in this game than in the other Call of Duty games. That might have to do with them taking out theater mode, but I don't really know why, and I don't really care either. But it is nice that finally there is not that much lag in it. Sometimes there is, and of course this is something that depends on how good your internet is, which that isn't the only thing that it depends on, but it's a major thing in it. But yeah, for me there isn't lag that much in the game, but every once in a while you do get put into a laggy match just because it has to put you into some match, right? So yeah. And now to talk about the progression system in this game. Leveling up, how is it? I think that the rate at which you unlock things is really good. I do not like the prestige system, but then again, I haven't liked it in any of the Call of Duties. I just hate going back to level 1 and having to do it all over just so that I can have 10 custom classes, but whatever. I finally did it in this game just because I felt like doing it, but was it worth it in the long run? Kind of. So anyways, as a whole, is Advanced Warfare a good game? Yes, it is. Is it new for Call of Duty? Is it new enough to be something that you should buy? In my opinion, yes. I don't think that this will save this series. It's not really innovative. It just is some, but it is enough to justify you getting this game, as long as you are interested in Call of Duty and don't just not like it in general. I think that it combines some of the best things from the other Call of Duty multiplayers, and overall it is a very good game. It's a good package of fun entertainment of just shooting some people, and it is one of the best Call of Duty games in my opinion. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my review of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Tell me what you think of this game. I know there are a lot of people who just hate Call of Duty no matter what it is, but whatever. Those people want to be closed-minded, that's fine. Just don't be big trolls or something. Yeah, anyways, thank you for watching again. Have a great day, guys, and bye.